What the? All right, what's up, everybody? Big week. NCAA tournament coming back to Oxford, Mississippi for regional first time since 2021. Joined by Will Furniss, Ole Miss first baseman. Lot of great stuff to get into. The Rebs going into last week into the SEC tournament in Hoover, outside the hosting line, probably number 17 or 18. Might have needed to win 3 games, or definitely needed to win 2. And Ole Miss beats Florida 3-1, beats Arkansas 5-2, then shuts out LSU 2-0, and then fell in heck of a championship game 3-2 on Sunday. But man, I gotta feel like the Rebs riding a little high this week, huh?
Yeah, for sure. That was a blast, man. We knew we could do it, and we just had to play well. And it's been the mantra all year: shower well, and just play well each and every game, and don't really focus on the outside stuff. So obviously we knew we had to win a couple to host, and I think that was the end goal, obviously. But I think we just took it one game at a time and played really well. It was fun.
Well, all right. So a lot to get into with this season. I want to actually go back to last offseason because this is, I believe you're a junior, right? You're your third year?
Mhm. Yeah,
Okay.
junior.
So, obviously Ole Miss had the magical run to win the title in 2022. Had a pretty rough 2023. Last year had a shot to make the tournament and then just had a bad weekend at LSU at the end.
Mhm.
And then I remember seeing a lot of articles about you talking about staying at Ole Miss in this transfer portal era, and you meeting with the team and everybody saying like, "We're going to stay, we're going to do this." What happened?
Uh, I don't know what happened, honestly. It's kind of like it's just a thing that happens now in the portal days. People, I think the Cape is kind of scary in that aspect because people can get into people's ear and all this stuff. But you know, honestly, if you want to leave this place, like it, you need to leave because this place is awesome, and I think we needed a team of guys that really wanted to be here. If you didn't really want to be here and want to win for the town and want to win for this university, it's kind of hard to do that whenever you don't have everybody that's bought in. So it ended up working out for us just because with people leaving and a bunch of money from the Grove freeing up, we were able to go get guys like Mitchell Sanford and Isaac Humphrey and Ryan Morman and Will McCausland and all these guys that we have from the portal that have been huge helps. I don't think we get those guys if some of the guys stay. So I think it honestly worked out in our favor. It at the time we were all like kind of nervous, like what's going to happen. We just lost some really good players. Got a new pitching coach coming in, so that's exciting. And we kind of it really credit to the coaching staff. They did a really great job. Um, you know, Developing the guys that we already had, as well as going and getting uh, the big guys that have we've had this year out of the portal. They've done a great job too. So that I think that was just a huge win by the staff by going and getting our outfield and Foley. I mean, he's been huge. That was a
Yeah,
phenomenal
17 home
portal
runs,
get.
man.
Yeah, that was a phenomenal portal get. He didn't play at all really at Kentucky. Um, the coaches saw something in him that we knew we needed a catcher, or at least another catcher because Campbell we needed at least two. You can't just go through the whole season with one catcher. And Foley's been awesome, man. They really struck gold in him. So they did a great job recruiting that portal class. I was really impressed with that.
Well, I was, before the year, Ole Miss picked to finish 14th in the SEC. I was pretty high on this team. I really thought going in, I thought they'd get back to the NCAA tourney. I did not think they were going to the refs going to host a regional. I had us
Yeah.
as like a low 2 or a high 3 seed
Mhm.
coming in. I thought, getting Hunter Elliott back after 2 missed years as a Friday night guy, I knew that would be a big boost, and I thought we
Mhm.
had, enough around him. Speaking of Hunter, how about the season he's had? I know he kind of had it. He's been unbelievable, especially the
Mhm.
last 6 or 7 weeks. And what is just having that Friday night ace? You've got a really good chance to win every time he steps them out. That has to just bring a lot of confidence to the team.
Yeah, it's awesome, especially like that Hunter Morris 1-2 punch. I mean, it's if you get a lead in that game at all, or you score runs, like as an offense, our goal in the Friday night game when we're facing the other team's best arm, we know that Hunter's going to give us a really good game and give us a really good chance to win. So if we put a couple up on the board, it's really relieving because it feels like 3 runs in those types of games are like a 10 run lead. I mean, it's just so hard to score on those two guys, and they've them two have really given us a huge boost. And then Riley on Saturday has done amazing too. I don't really know how he only gave up 2 earned and against Arkansas, and they're one of the
Yeah,
best offenses in the SEC. And one of those earned runs was because our outfield collided, and like I don't think they would have scored if. If that ball would have dropped and neither of them would have collided, that one run wouldn't have scored because I think he went strikeout, fly out or something. And so that run wouldn't even have scored. So I mean, he's done an amazing job too. I think our whole pitching staff has honestly got hot at the right time. That's kind of what you need going into the postseason. And man, they've done a terrific job at the right time. And I think it's going to continue into this next week. Doing that against the best offenses in the country in the last 4 games, and now we're going into a regional. It's kind of tough not to have confidence after that outing.
yeah, no, absolutely. And then you're talking about the pitching staff. Joel Mangrum hired from the Guardians organization, and just what happened in Hoover was just, I mean, it was unbelievable. I mean, obviously, you throw Elliott and Mason Morris and Spencer and shut down Florida 3-1, throw all your top guys, but the depth of the staff was what blew me away in Hoover. I mean, held Arkansas to 2 runs, and then Saturday LSU, very powerful offense, 2 hits in the whole game. And Cade Townsend, you throw a freshman, goes 4 2/3 scoreless, lights out effort from the bullpen. I mean, and even on Sunday, I mean, Vandy scored 3 runs. I mean, to allow 6 runs total against
Hmm.
Florida, LSU, Arkansas, and Vandy in the SEC tourney.
Hmm.
I mean, just like mind-blowing effort by the
For
pitching
sure.
staff.
Yeah.
And then the bullpen, the depth in the bullpen is, you got to feel confident. Not just Mason Morris and Spencer, but it just seems like you Mr. McCausland. I mean, we're just running out tons of good arms.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. I mean, they've. I was wondering how we'd respond in a postseason type atmosphere and like under pressure and all that. And you know it's really really exciting and promising to see our pitching staff throw like that in big situations and not just pound the strike zone in those types of situations. So it gives me, and I know it gives the rest of the offense a lot of confidence and us winning games.
Yeah, well, okay, I got some stuff to ask you because obviously your dad Eddie. I
Mhm.
grew up in Louisiana watching that Gorilla Ball era because he was that was when I was like 13 to 16. So I mean, I was
Yeah.
dialed in watching all those games.
Yeah.
You hit a home run against LSU on Saturday, and I mean, I tweeted about it. I was like, I can't imagine how special this is for Will hitting a home run against LSU against his old man's team in the SEC tourney. Was that kind of a cool? I mean, how cool of a moment was that for you?
Yeah, that it was really cool. I don't know. So I don't know if anybody knows this, but I'm sure people know this. But obviously, I grew up an LSU fan because my dad went there, my mom went there. I went to Omaha in 2017 and watched LSU. They got beat by Florida in the national championship game. But I've just been an LSU fan from when I was a little kid. And then now, obviously, I'm definitely an Ole Miss fan. But that was a really cool moment. Not just because it was LSU. Yes, it was really cool because it was LSU. But hitting a home run in that park, uh, in that park, especially backside, with in the semifinals, is that was a cool moment. Especially, it ended up being probably the difference just because our staff did so good. I didn't think it was going to be the difference. I thought we were going to have to score a good amount more, but our staff did a good enough job to keep them at 0, and so that ended up being a difference. So I thought that was a really cool moment. It's definitely one of my top moments here.
Oh yeah, no, you've had kind of a flair for the dramatic. You've had a lot of clutch hits this year. That Governor's Cup to win it, but it seems like you've done pretty well in some pressure spots.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, well, actually, Murray State team coming here um, back in the very early in the season, we walked them off, and in the ninth, it was me. I had the 2-run single to tie it, and then Fed hit a single to win it. So that was pretty cool that that team ended up matching up here in the regional.
Yeah, no doubt. What'd your old man say to you after the game, after the homer against LSU?
After the home run. Nothing much really. We had to go. Me and Coach B had to go on the SEC network show, and my dad was sitting there. He was recording it, even though he couldn't hear anything. He couldn't hear us from over there, but he was just proud of me. He's a really supportive dad. He's really positive in everything, whether good or bad. And, he was just one of the college baseball's greatest hitters ever.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, I watched all those games. I was a kid
yeah,
in Louisiana.
yeah.
That gorilla
Mhm.
ball era, man. I mean, it was,
It was crazy.
and they kind of almost like changed the bats and stuff after it.
Yeah,
So
they
I mean,
did. He was in 98. I think they changed it in either 99 or 2000, but he was one of the last teams ever to swing the unregulated NCAA bats before they went to Beezer bats.
yeah, no, those LSU teams, man.
Just smashed
Yeah.
them
So
all.
when you were considering colleges, what did you think about going to LSU, or did it? Obviously, Bear Jones is your age, so maybe that had something to do with it. What was
Yeah.
your recruiting like?
Yeah. So it was really early. I think I may have committed to Ole Miss before Bear Jones committed to LSU. I'm not really sure, but it was. I mean, I got recruited my freshman summer going into my sophomore year of high school. So uh, I got offers from TCU first, and then it was Arkansas, and then Ole Miss. And my top two were Arkansas and Ole Miss. So I knew after I got those that I really didn't need to worry too much about the rest. I just wanted to go to one of those two. LSU never offered me. They recruited me a little bit the year before, but just kind of stopped reaching out. And I don't think I would have gone to LSU anyways, just because I don't know. I didn't really think it fit me. And that was my dad's whole thing. He was like, I
No, that
understand.
makes sense too. And also,
Yeah.
if you'd have gone there, you have to live up to like one of the greatest
Yeah,
hitters of all
for
time. You
sure.
know?
Yeah, no, exactly. But I think it was just Ole Miss was a better fit for me. This place is awesome, and that was my dad's big thing. He was like, you don't have to go. Like, I don't want you to feel like you have to go somewhere because I went somewhere. Like, you're different than me. And if LSU or Arkansas or Ole Miss or wherever feels like a good fit, you just go where you want to go because this is your. This is your life and your career. So he made sure that I knew that he was going to be behind any decision that I made, and I chose Ole Miss like pretty much like right after they offered me. Coach B said something that kind of stuck with me. Uh, the night before I committed, he said that when my head hit the pillow, I would know exactly where I wanted to go, whether that was TCU or where Arkansas or wherever it offered me. And he was just saying, just go with your gut because uh, more than often more oftentimes than not, your gut's correct. And I was going to sleep, and he was right. Of course, Coach B's always right. But my head hit the pillow. I was like, I really like this town, and I really like the coaching staff, and I really like how great all their fans are. And I was like, all right, I'm gonna go tell my parents that I'm gonna commit to Ole Miss. And I walked into my parents. I remember this very vividly. I walked in my parents' bedroom and I told them I was going to commit to Ole Miss. And my mom was like, "You decided really fast. Are you sure?" Like, I don't know. I don't know about like you. I want you to make sure you take your time to make the decision. And my dad was like, "Nope, that's awesome. Let's go. Let's call the coaches tomorrow morning." So my mom was a little nervous that I decided so fast because it was a big, how moms are. It was a big life changing decision, but and she wanted to make sure I thought it through. But no, she later told me whenever I first got to campus, she was like, "Well, you chose the right place. I love this place too." So it
Awesome.
was awesome. Yeah.
That's amazing. It's actually crazy. Well, obviously, Coach B was a catcher at LSU, won a national championship with Ben McDonald. There's more Louisiana players on Ole Miss's team than LSU. There's a
No,
big,
really. I didn't know
yeah. They were talking
that.
about it on the broadcast during
No
that
way.
game.
That's crazy.
But there's a pretty big Louisiana influence because
Yeah.
of Coach
Yeah.
B on the
My dad
on the
actually, or Coach B, coached my dad when he was at LSU too. He was the third base coach.
man. That's wild.
Crazy, huh?
Full circle of life. Well,
Yeah.
turning the attention to this Ole Miss regional, some fun matchups in this
Mhm.
thing. Georgia Tech won the ACC regular season. Drew Burress might be one of the best hitters in the country, All-American outfielder. They can really hit. They were extremely pissed off, I saw on the selection show,
Yeah.
that they didn't get a chance to host. Western Kentucky had a great season in Conference USA, winning that title. And then, you mentioned Murray State. Ole Miss played a really good, tough game against them in extra innings. It seems like there's a lot of good offenses in this regional.
For sure.
What do you think about it?
I thought that my first reaction was our pitching staff just shoved against the best offenses in the country. We got LSU and Arkansas, which Arkansas is debatably the best run scoring team in the entire country. And I don't know. I just have a ton of confidence in my pitching staff. I don't think that any offense can beat them. Like if you can shut out teams like Arkansas, LSU, Vanderbilt, and Florida in the SEC tournament the week before, there's no reason you can't do the same thing against team offenses that are, yes, they're good, but I don't think they're as good as Arkansas, LSU, and Vanderbilt. Like they're just not. So I have a lot of confidence in my pitching staff. I know that Hunter's gonna throw some just a gem as always. He's just different in the playoffs. He's different in June.
5-0 in the 5-0 in the NCAA tournament.
Yeah, exactly. Like, and it's like a .6 something ERA. Like he doesn't even allow a run He doesn't even allow a run in 9 innings. Hold on, Ribby. Hey, stop. Sorry, my dog was trying to get on the.
Your dog's name's Ribby, like RBI.
Yeah, yeah, like RBI. Yeah. So Hunter's just different in the postseason, and it seems like all of our pitchers are different in the postseason. They've just been lights out. So I think our offense is going to score. We always score at Swayze. That's one of the big things, big advantages of us being at home is we score a lot of runs at home, and I think that our pitching staff now that I think they've gotten a lot of confidence from this last week. We just went to the championship and arguably the best tournament in the country overall, even tougher than the NCAA tournament. So I think that gave us the confidence we need to just go through this regional, and one game at a time. Obviously, you can't overlook anybody. So I think beat Missouri or Murray State on Friday, and then Georgia Tech, and shoot, who knows? Western Kentucky, they've been pretty good. They might surprise the world. And I know Georgia Tech hasn't really. I don't know if I remember that somebody had said. Now I don't know if this is true or not, but they didn't really play anybody.
They had the Georgia Tech thing. Yeah, they won the ACC regular season, but they didn't play Florida State or North Carolina, and they lost the other top 3 ACC teams they played. They lost the series. And
exactly.
They just swept and beat the crap out of the bottom of the league.
Like Boston College, Stanford, all them. So I mean, they're good. Don't get me wrong, they're good. But I think this regional. I mean, every regional is hard. But in my opinion, if we were to face these guys in midweek games or on a weekend series at the beginning of the season, we would all be expecting to beat them. So like it's not like you're having a really, really just elite team that you're scared, not scared, but you're a little nervous to play in a regional. We're excited to play all these teams, and we're definitely good enough to beat them. We've shown that. So as long as we play like we have been and just prepare well, get ready for the games, take care of our bodies this week leading up to the games, I think we have a really good chance to win.
Yeah, I don't envy Coach B's situation when it comes to the regional strategy thing, because he's got a heck of a decision on his hands with whether to throw Hunter Friday against Murray State or hold him for Saturday for a potential winners bracket game. And I feel like it's darned if you don't, danged if you do, because you can make cases for both. So
yeah, for sure.
Obviously, I don't think he's said anything what he's going to do yet, but everybody's talking about it in the fan base.
Yeah, we've got more of an advantage, I think, than other schools, just because we have kind of a wild card in Mason Morris. If we start somebody on Friday and they don't have the outing they wanted and it's a close game, we can just bring Morris in and he can shut it down really quick. And then if Morris doesn't do it, we can bring McCausland in. That's the perks of having a good bullpen is you're never really out of a game if your starter doesn't do well. So I think no matter who we start, we're going to put up runs. We always do at Swayze. And then, worst comes to worst, we use our bullpen in the first game. You win the first 2, though,
No,
It's
that
really
second
tough.
game, it's all about winning
Yeah,
that second game.
yeah,
You win that
exactly.
first two,
And
you're in
it's
such
so
a good,
tough.
such
Yeah,
a good spot.
it's so tough for just pitching staffs that go through the bottom, the losers bracket. They have to play so many games, and by the time they get to the championship game, their staff's already depleted. And if they win that first, even if they win that first game, they've got even a more depleted staff for the Monday game. And winning the first two, I think, is the first priority. But winning the first one, you got to win one in order to win two. So I think that's our first priority. We got to not overlook Murray State and take care of
Definitely,
business
no,
there.
Murray. Like I said,
Yeah,
I think it helps actually that Ole Miss had that thrilling game against Murray State midweek because
exactly.
that'll help them not take them lightly.
Yeah, for sure. That was the midweek challenge, and like Coach B says, and it definitely was a challenge. They're a good squad. They're not pushovers. Nobody is in this tournament. So we're ready. We're excited. They've guarantee you they haven't been in front of a crowd like Swayze's going to be on this weekend. So our atmosphere is going to be electric, and they've never played in front of that. So it's going to be a fun game. I'm excited.
I might as well use this. Me and you have been DMing all year, trying to get me down there. I'm coming this weekend.
Let's
I'm
go.
super pumped. I'm just so excited. We got a lot of
Let's go.
former players coming. Justin Bench and Peyton Chottier are coming up there
Go.
too. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it really big. We got some big plans at Grove Collective. Then we get announced the next couple of days. There's talk of a big Saturday bash, and
Awesome.
I'm getting a pretty wild birthday party for a
I
40. I
love
guess
that.
you only turn 42 once,
Yeah,
so
exactly. Yeah,
but
you
I'm
only turned 40. You only have a birthday in Oxford in an
I
Oxford
mean, it's
regional.
the best. I
Yeah.
actually, I've done regionals there before for it, but
Yeah.
super excited, man. Saw the economic impact for Oxford hosting a regional is $25 million for the town.
That's awesome. I'm glad we could do that for the town. It's gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be buzzing in Oxford. I'm oh man, I'm ecstatic.
This is something I'm sure like you can't think about as a player, but I'll just say what I was thinking as a
Mhm.
fan. When I was watching the selection show, I was literally because it came down to 50-50 if Ole Miss was matched up with Georgia or LSU in a
Mhm.
super. So it was down to just those two choices. And I mean, who knows what's going to happen? But
Mhm.
I wasn't upset that it wasn't LSU. That
Oh
was
yeah,
just
no, for sure.
that was not. And Georgia's great team, but like the
Yeah,
LSU Anderson and Ianson in the box, I was like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's tough. It's tough to play at the box, and they play well at the box. So, I mean, obviously, if you can pick and choose, you'd prefer not to go to an SEC regional, SEC Super, anyways. But if you had to choose between LSU and Georgia, just based off atmosphere and I guess program aura, I don't
Yeah,
know how to say it.
tradition.
You
Yeah,
choose
all that.
Georgia. So, yeah, that obviously favored us, but we got to win this
Oh, no
weekend,
doubt. I
and
mean, I
like
almost
we
felt
will.
weird even
Yeah, yeah,
mentioning
for
it because
sure. Yeah, yeah, no,
it's
yeah, for sure. We got to win this weekend, take care of business this weekend like we know we can, and then plan for the next week. So hopefully, who knows? Duke's a good squad. That ballpark flies. They have a good offense. I mean that no regional is safe. There's always
no,
upsets.
that's in college baseball.
Exactly.
That's what makes. I always say this that the college baseball postseason is even better than
Hmm.
college basketball because I mean, even like you look at the Tennessee team in 2022 that people thought was the greatest team of all time, and then they lost that super regional game
Exactly.
to Notre
Yeah.
Dame. And Arkansas did the same to NC State in 2021. Man, anything can happen in baseball, and that's what
Yeah.
makes it so great. And
Even
I
Arkansas
mean,
last year, Kansas State.
yeah, there's 30, and also there's 32 games scheduled for Friday and
Hmm.
Saturday. And like
Exactly.
ESPN does that squeeze play that's like the NFL red zone for college
Hmm.
baseball during the tournament. And it's the greatest thing ever. I
Yeah,
mean,
it's this is the best time of year. It's the best time of year. Just win, just win.
heck yeah. Well, I'm sure the vibes out. School's out in Oxford, but I'm sure the vibes are
Mhm.
still really good, man. I
Yeah, it's
mean,
fun.
I'm telling you, I've had my phone out. I got people I'm going to see this weekend I haven't seen in 10 years. I mean,
That's awesome.
everybody's coming.
I love it. I'm so excited. I cannot wait. It's gonna be, oh man, it's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be awesome.
Heck yeah, man. Well, Will, I just want to say thanks for giving us some time this morning. I appreciate it. Obviously, I know you got a busy week. What like as far as this week goes? Obviously, you don't have school. Is it just like practice? Like what's
Yeah,
your week looking like?
yeah. No school. We've been out of school for the last, I think, since before we went to state, if I remember right. But yeah, no, just practice. We're getting after it. We got practice at 2 today. A little bit of a lift after, and it's I think it rained yesterday, so we got tarp pool here in about an hour. So it's a lot more fun to practice whenever you're hosting a regional this weekend. So man, we're getting after it. We're making sure we're primed and ready. Yeah, just getting mentally and physically prepared for the weekend that's ahead for sure.
Awesome. Well, I will see you in Oxford this weekend, 7 o'clock. So 3 o'clock Friday, Western Kentucky, Georgia Tech, Ole Miss, Murray State, 7 o'clock Swayze Friday night. Man, it's gonna be sold out.
Oh yeah. Oh man, it's gonna be
Man,
fun.
I just like y'all brought so much joy this year. I mean, it's just
Oh,
I
it's
hope,
gonna
I
be
hope
fun.
y'all feel loved and appreciated by fans.
Oh, we definitely do. It's
I mean,
fun.
it's years. It's been so special.
Yeah.
Just it's it's the best, and then also the softball. We got to give some love to the
I know
softball team.
exactly. They've done
First,
phenomenal things too. The
dude, the
fans have,
softball team was picked 15th in the SEC, and our baseball team was picked 14th. And they're both. I mean,
yeah, it's a good time to be an Ole Miss fan, and the fans deserve this for sure. After the last 2 seasons we've had, they deserve to have an Oxford regional just as much as we do. So, we were doing this as much for the fan base as we were ourselves. So this is a treat for everybody. It's going to be fun.
heck yeah, man. Well, it's gonna be rowdy in Swayze this weekend.
I love it.
I'll be rocking out in my tent. We have like a tent in the left center field flagpole.
Okay.
We always grill out. I mean, like we have like a crew of like 60 to 80 in this group.
Okay. I
I'll
love
be
it.
out there. I'll be out there trying to catch one of your fly balls.
All right. I got it. Yeah, I got you.
All right. Thanks to Will Furniss, Ole Miss starting first baseman. Good luck in the Oxford Regional, and I will see you this weekend.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.